Hey everyone, this is Kiki from Metal in High Heels. I'm standing here with Aziza from Aria Flame. How are you doing today?
Very well. How are you?
Good, good, thank you. You have had a busy day, I think?
Oh, yes. I've been running around constantly.
And you also had trouble with getting here?
We had a 5-hour delay on our flight coming from the USA. The plane had a fuel filter issue, which is kind of scary. So they
That's
made
what I
us.
was gonna say.
Yeah, it was very scary. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so we had to wait 2 hours on the plane, and then they took us off the plane. They were going to rebook us on another flight,
Okay.
but instead they fixed the fuel filter and we flew off. So it was about 5 hours late.
Weren't you nervous still? Like they
Yes.
fixed it quickly?
Yes. I already have a little fear of flying, but I just make myself do things. So you have to live. And it made my nerves more active. But we're safe and sound, so we're glad to be here.
Yeah. So this is our first interview with you. So I guess I'm allowed to ask about the band name.
What it means?
What it means, why. I mean, I know Aria is because of the opera part of the band, of the band's music, but why the association with fire in the Phoenix?
That happens to be something I identify myself with a little bit. I'm always trying to evolve and progress as a person, and the music that we do always is progressing. There's not just the straight, narrow, Form A, Form B formula to our music. So we're always making it a little more evolved from the last music we've done. So, and that just seemed to fit perfectly, flame, which represents the phoenix. So we just took the two words together and morphed them.
Okay. I also read on the information of your Facebook page that you the genre was described, and at the end you wrote something about a circus flair. Tell me more about that.
Yes. Well, it just seems to be I write a lot of our music. I compose a lot of it on the keyboard first and piano. And it seems to be I happen to always write something that has a circus sound to it, mixed with the, symphonic melodic sound. So that was something we identified ourselves with as well, and a fan pegged us with that.
Oh, really?
So I said, I like that. That does fit. So I asked them if we could use that, and they said yes.
Have you taken that also to your stage performance, to your outfits, to the artwork, maybe even?
A lot of the music videos we have, you'll see some puppets and circus-y type theatrics in it. So yes, we do that. And my costumes, I'm trying to make them a little more fitting to the circus look as well. I mix it with burlesque mixed with circus.
Yeah. It looks really cool too.
Thank you.
Now that you mentioned videos, we just watched Realm of Hate. Can you tell us a bit more about the true story behind it and the inspiration?
This is insane. I was actually kidnapped for a day, for 24 hours when I was 17 years old.
For real, for real?
For real. By an old boyfriend. Actually, I'm sorry, I was 19. And it was 24 hours. I'm smiling because I wasn't hurt. I was very fortunate. It was just a silly situation. I broke up with him. I was so young. And he literally kidnapped me out of my grandmother's house for 24 hours and left me in his house tied to a chair. And that video is very similar to what happened.
Wow.
So I put some of my reality into a lot of our music. And the police came the very next morning, and they knew where I was because my grandmother saw him take me. And it was I was never hurt, I was never hit, nothing. But he, obviously went to jail for that. And I thought, I can't believe I survived that.
Yeah.
It could have been much worse.
Of course.
There's women who've been through far much worse than that. You read these stories. There was someone in Austria kidnapped for 19 years.
Yeah.
I remember reading that. So I'm very fortunate that nothing more serious happened, but that is an actual true story. Yes. But it was more, I wrote Realm of Hate inspired from my story, but I evolved it a little more with the Cleveland kidnapping case. There was 3 girls in Cleveland, Ohio, that were kidnapped for 10 years.
Wow.
And I thought, I'm lucky, and mine was just a day.
Yes.
So I'm lucky. I'm very lucky and fortunate, because that could have been longer and, more traumatic than what it was. But I talk about it because women have to be a little more alert and street smarts with their surroundings. And I was naive. I could have seen it coming. I think of all those things I could have done differently. And I think it made me a sharper person. It made me feel more fortunate of the things I do have.
So it's a nice message in the end.
Yes. Yeah.
I guess it also, the writing about it might have helped you process the whole thing and...
Absolutely. Anytime something really traumatic happens to me, I write a song. Every time. And I put my pain in my music. That's the only place I can put it. That's a healthy way to put it.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
It's a good music therapy, another kind. Are you currently working on new material? We're back to the to the band.
Back to normal stuff. Yes, we are. We're actually premiering a new song tonight called "The Flame."
Cool.
Which is going to be on our new album due out in 2016. And it is very much about it's a positive song. It's not anything traumatic. It's about evolving as a person and following your intuition and just progress.
Strength and power.
Yes, absolutely. So we're premiering that song tonight.
Cool. Any release date in mind or not yet?
We're just going to say fall of 2016. We're hoping for summer, but fall for certain. Yes.
So Job is now a member of Aria Flame. How do you work with him through the distance?
It's actually quite easy because he writes very similar to the style I write the initial keyboard parts. And he just makes them so much bigger than what I can do. I'm more of a composer than I would say a keyboardist. And so it's very easy. But what he does is sends his backing tracks to us so we can perform them live in the USA.
Oh, great.
So every time we have a show without Job with us, you hear his keyboard tracks in the background and his magic.
So do you Skype a lot, or?
We do, and we communicate all the time. So we have group chats, and you have to really communicate to be on the same page, of course. But we're actually, it works really nice. We could not do this 10 years ago. We couldn't do this then. We wouldn't have him. Yeah. We would be stuck with.
And how does it work, or how will it work with the touring?
He's performing with us tonight, and then he is actually coming to the USA for our USA tour in November.
Wow,
that's
great.
He's coming up for a week, and so it's going to be a really amazing show. Because Mercy Isle is playing with us as well. They're touring with us.
Great.
So because we both share the same keyboardist.
Yeah, so he has to power through.
Yeah, he's going to be the one who's tired. Yeah.
Cool. Last year you played in Belgium, and we're meeting here again tonight in Holland for FemME. Are you hoping to make that a yearly thing?
We do. We really, the crowd here and the fans are so warm and welcoming, and I've never had constant fans up at you wanting your photo or wanting your autograph. In the USA, the music scene is vastly different than it is here. Not everyone knows Nightwish like everyone knows here. Symphonic metal for female fronted, it's very unknown. If you say Evanescence, they'll know who that is. Yeah. That's almost as far as it goes. It really is, it's so different. You could get 100 people at your show in the USA, and that's a good show. And that's a common show for a band like us. Unless we're opening for a big national, which is different. We opened for Exandria and Delane in the USA, and that was about 300. So it varies.
Cool. This is kind of more of a provocative question. Don't you think opera metal is getting a little bit worn out?
I love it, but I am actually changing a little of my style. Because like I said, I always try to progress. And now I'm going, okay, I've done that. Now what can I do with my voice? So I started studying more aggressive vocal styles just this summer because I thought I need to change it a little bit too. I think it's, in the USA, it's not overpopulated. Here it probably is. I personally like it a lot, but I don't want to sound and be pigeonholed in opera.
Yeah.
I want it to be, oh, she does this opera, she does rock, she does aggressive vocals. I like that. And I have to constantly change it up because our music is always changing.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to hearing your new stuff and tonight's new song and the set. We're looking forward to your gig. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you want to say?
Check us out online, ariaflame.com, and just find us on Facebook and all those social media links. And we're so happy you interviewed me, so thank you very much. We're happy to be here.